Good morning, it's Barbara. It's kind of a dreary-ish day, although it looks like it's supposed to be sunny. I think it's supposed to be high in the 40s today. Tomorrow it's supposed to get to 72. Crazy. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for my second cup of coffee. Dennis brought me coffee in bed today. It was so nice. I ordered my bed pillow online after I had such a bad experience at Bed Bath & Beyond. Excuse me while I adjust. And it hasn't come yet, so that was too bad. Missed opportunity, but that's okay. I hope you guys didn't worry about me yesterday. My day turned out way better than anyone would have expected. Based on how I was feeling at the time I was vlogging. So maybe I should always have a cup of coffee in bed before I talk to you. So I had it all unraveled before I even finished recording, as you saw. I had to resize the back. I decided to resize the back because I really did feel like the front was an appropriate length, and it was easier. And so I ripped it back while we were talking. I put the stitches back on the needle, the live stitches back on the needle while I was editing, and that worked out fine. And then while I was sitting there with Aura, I re-knit the back and did the decreases for the shoulders and blah, 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 blah. So I finished the back, and I sewed my shoulder seams. So here is what the sweater's going to look like. And then we walked the dogs, and then I picked up the stitches and started knitting the sleeves. So I actually knit most of the day yesterday, and the sweater is coming along adorably, and I'm well on my way. So that's all good. That's all good. I made a few phone calls. I moved forward the progress of some things that needed to be done. Did I tell you I had to contact my tree lady? Because when we were sitting out on the deck, I saw a broken tree. Oh, I did tell you that. So she came and looked at it, and they're going to take care of that. Who knows when, but soon enough, I'm sure. And the other thing is, today, Dennis and Aura and I are going out on an errand to see about selling her car. She bought a brand new gorgeous Subaru Forester in May of 2021. It was the first time she ever was in charge of everything in her life at that point, because Garland had died the fall before, November before. He died in November of 2020. And she went out and found the car she wanted, and she bought it at the age of 90. So let me tell you, this is the proverbia car owned by the little old lady in Pasadena who only drove it to church on Sunday. So this is an almost 2-year-old car. She bought it in May, and it has 7,500 miles on it. And it's gone to North Carolina twice. So not a lot of mileage on this car. It's in great shape. My son Jason is in the used car business, and we got his advice on what to do. She took a loan on it, and she still owes on that loan. So it's just easier if we can sell it back to the dealership she bought it from. And he thought they would give us a fair price, and that was his recommendation. So we are going to the Subaru dealer this afternoon and see what they'll do for her. If they're not going to give her a good price, I don't know what we'll do. Anybody want to buy an almost new Subaru Forester? We'll see. But anyway, we're taking the first steps because we have 3 cars in our driveway now. It's a big pain in the neck. The battery died in the driveway because it hadn't been driven for a while, because we only drive it when we're taking Aura somewhere. And she had a long stretch where she didn't really go anywhere in the car. And anyway, the battery died. But it's better now. It's fixed, charged, and all fine. But I've been driving it to rehab, you know, or physical therapy, so. But she can ride in our car. And if we can sell this, that's nice to get that money in her bank account and that big car out of our driveway. We're happy about that. We, you know, our situation works great for 2 cars. 3 cars, it makes it a little trickier. So we'll be glad to have that taken care of. And she, you know, it's an expense she doesn't need. But it felt good, you know, like organizing that yesterday. So I did a few things that made me feel good and organized, and I got my knitting done, and I sat and knit quite a bit. And it was a good day. Dennis was puttering in the kitchen all day and enjoying himself. So it was, you know, it was kind of a nice, happy atmosphere here, and we were enjoying ourselves very much. I hear some noises. Aura might be coming down, so let me see if they need help. Okay, Aura's settled in her chair, and I forget what I was saying. I think I was saying we kind of had a nice day yesterday. Dennis was happily puttering in the kitchen, and I was happily knitting away, and my knitting went well, considering. And yeah, so my day turned out a whole lot better than you might have expected given my vlog yesterday. So I apologize if I made you worry about me. Yeah, so today we're going out and about, and I don't think we have anything else particularly on the agenda. I have a sleeve to finish. I'm about halfway through the decreases, and I think I just decreased down to the ribbing. I am so loving this twisted rib in this yarn. I just love how it looks. And I am so excited about it, you know. And my Karina sweater, that it's a dark teal colored sweater. The Karina, the ribbing across the bottom. Now it's a little bit of a longer sweater, you know, and it doesn't have ribbing around the bottom. It has about 2 inches of garter stitch. I love the look of that garter stitch on that sweater. I'm thinking my new finishing for my sweaters is either going to be twisted rib or garter stitch. Hey puppy, our Maisie's still coughing. She got excited because Aura was on the move, and now she's coughing. But it's time for her medicine. They've gone down to once a day for today and tomorrow on their steroids, and then they go to every other day. But May still has a cough when she gets excited, but it's been 24 hours since she had her cough meds. We think May's was pretty much a lot sicker than Pearl in terms of, because she did a lot more coughing, and but she's a happy-go-lucky girl except for the cough. And since she likes Velveeta again, life is good. So they're even taking those giant amoxicillin pills in Velveeta. I'm perfectly happy. Oh, and the amoxicillin has to be given with food, but they eat only once a day in the middle of the day, and the pills are twice a day, 12 hours apart. So we've taken them to giving them a hard-boiled egg and cheese, so they have snack in the morning and in the evening to go with their amoxicillin. We're hoping that's enough food. But in the evening, they they will have just had a big meal, like 1.5 pounds of meat, you know, a few hours before, 6 or 8 hours before. And dogs' digestion is a lot slower than ours, so anyway, we're hoping that'll be fine. We have seen they've only had the amoxicillin for 1 day, so, but we have seen no indication that it's upsetting their stomach at all. So keep your fingers crossed. Hold on, I'll go help Dennis medicate the dogs. So there you go. So yesterday ended up being quite a nice day. Dennis puttered in the kitchen happily, and we all sat around, and the dogs are taking their Velveeta, and they're taking their hard-boiled eggs, and so, yeah. Maisie still has a bit of a cough, though. She was sicker than Pearl, I'm pretty sure, so we'll see how she does. But she just got her pills, and so that'll keep her for probably till tomorrow morning, and then we'll see how it goes. So all is well here. I'm looking forward to working on my sleeve and relaxing and hoping we have a nice meeting at the car dealer and resolve that. We have a couple of big things hanging over us to deal with Aura. One of them, of course, is eventually selling her house. But Garland was a woodworker, his hobby after he retired. And he was retired for 40 years. More than 40 years. So once he retired, he started making furniture, and everybody in the family, well, everybody in the immediate family has lots of Garland's furniture. We have lots of Garland's furniture in this house, and Aura's house, of course, is full of it. So we would really like the family, anyone in the family who's interested in having it, to be able to get his furniture before we have to have an estate sale or something to sell Aura's stuff. So that's the next big project, but we're kind of have it in our mind that spring is a good time to do that and give ourselves a break. But meanwhile, if we deal with the car and she gets rid of that expense, that would be very nice. So we're hoping for good things today. Keep your fingers crossed. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please. Stay safe and stay sane.